Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in today's program I'm going to introduce to you and show you how to use the new revolutionary product, which is an infrared sensor for drive-through intercom systems. Now the question is, why do I call this a revolutionary product? Infrared has been around for quite some time. Why is this so different, and what makes this so special? So the normal drive-through vehicle detection system is a underground loop. Basically, the drive-through lane where the vehicle comes, they cut the concrete and they put a coil, like a wire coil or a loop, which will have certain amount of inductance, and when the vehicle comes, the inductance will change, and that's how the base station of the drive-through will sense the presence of the vehicle. And now you can't use a motion detector, because a motion detector will get activated, and it doesn't matter how long the vehicle stays there. If the vehicle is not moving and the driver is not moving, the motion detector will get deactivated. So what happens with that is that you're in the middle of a conversation with a person who is ordering food through your drive-through lane, and the communication will be cut off by the system because it will think the vehicle left the drive-through lane. With a loop detector under the concrete, that problem doesn't exist, because as long as the vehicle is on top of that loop, the sensor will sense the vehicle and will keep the communication channel ongoing. It will not cut off. Now, the infrared is the best of both worlds. Why? Because with this guy, you do not need to cut the concrete, and it will stay activated as long as the vehicle is present. As soon as the vehicle left, it will get deactivated and it will cut the communication. And it only requires 2 screws to install. You could install it horizontal, vertical, or horizontal, doesn't matter. The wiring diagram is in the back, which wire goes where, and right now I'm going to show you how it is attached to a typical HME drive-through base station. All right. So let's see, this is a HME Ion IQ 6100, but it's exactly the same as 6200 or 6700. Now with this system, with the infrared vehicle detection, you do not need a vehicle detector board, and you do not need a vehicle detector loop. So basically, you don't have to cut the concrete, which is very, very costly, time-consuming process. This is just 2 screws, you mount it, and you're good to go. So here is how we install this. All the instructions are actually printed on the back of this unit. If you look right here, it tells you exactly where each one is being installed. If you look closely, it tells you which wire goes where. Here, I'm going to bring it closer to the camera so you can see. It says red wire goes to J6 pin 4, and then black and white wires both go to J6 pin 3, and yellow wire connects to J6 pin 5. Now where is J6? J6 is right here on your base station. Now if you have a 2-lane system, J6 and J14 will be your 2 ports where you're going to put it. So since we have a single lane drive-through system, we are going to put this right here. There are 2 kinds. There's one kind with a screw, and then there's another kind which is a snap-on connector. Since it's more convenient, I'm going to use the snap-on kind. So based on the diagram, the number 3, both wires, black and white, both of these go to number 3. Okay. Now both wires go to number 3. But also on number 3, the negative ground of the microphone goes. So keep that in mind. That means you have to make sure not to forget to connect your microphone and the number 3, the ground shield. So basically, these 2 wires go here. Okay, these 2 wires go here. And number 4, the red wire goes. Okay. And number 5 the yellow. That's how it goes. Now obviously this unit comes with a very short cable, so I'm not expecting you to connect it directly as I did. So you have to extend these wires, and this will be outdoor, this will be indoor, so you could have up to 100 feet distance between this and that. Even more than 100 feet. I mean, there is no limit because this is infrared. It's DC power through the wires, nothing else. There's no signal, it's just DC power, so it could be 200, 500 feet, whatever. And that's how you plug this in. So now if I plug this in here, now remember, don't forget that this is your microphone plus, microphone minus, microphone ground, and these are your speaker wires. So remember that it's in the same plug that the speakers are plugged into. So now let's see how this works. I'm going to plug in the power cord. Okay, so the power is plugged in. This is booting up. And as you can see, this guy is starting to detect already because the distance. Now this is where you adjust the distance with a fine flathead screwdriver. That's where you adjust the distance. But the default distance is ideal. So leave the default distance. And right now you see there is no vehicle. As soon as I turn this towards me, it thinks I'm a vehicle because I'm an object and the infrared beams are being reflected from me. So that's why it's actually showing as if there is a vehicle. And as soon as I turn this around, like not facing anything, and there it is, no vehicle. So if it's not facing anything, there is no vehicle. If I turn it towards me, it shows vehicle presence, and the wires, the signals activate. Now this area should not be blocked because this is where all this area is important not to be blocked by anything, by stickers or any other object, because that's where the signal is being transmitted and received. This section transmits infrared light, this one receives. Now watch, if I were to block, just to show you, I'm going to block the center and it will deactivate the unit. See, it deactivated because the signal cannot go now. That's why it's important not to block the center. And this is something that can be used for opening a gate, automatic gate. It can be used for drive-through, and it's compatible with all the drive-through systems, including HME and all other brands such as 3M and all the brands out there. You can use this little detector with. Now the technology of vehicle detection, most vehicle detectors are. The way they work is that they simply have a relay. You feed them 12 volts DC, and when the vehicle is present, it will simply connect a relay, which this clearly states. Let me show you this one. So as you can see right here, let me go to a better camera angle here. Okay, so as you can see right here, this is nothing but a relay. It's basically a relay. So this wire, let me get a pointer to show you. The red wire is plus 12 volt. The black wire is ground. The white and yellow is actually the relay contacts. So you have to, the reason why you have to mix the black and white, because it has to go to ground. One of them, they have to go to ground. So that's how you connect this. And this could be used for opening gates, like places where you have automatic gate when vehicle is present. And, there's like the applications for this is endless. There's like thousands of applications where you could use this infrared vehicle detector. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe.